Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot Connection with a weekly comic book roundup. We've got a decently sized haul, so let's get started. Kicking things off, we've got Astonishing Astonishing Iceman #3. Where we left off, Orcus had attempted to attack Bobby Drake's hometown, specifically trying to kill his mother. Drawing him out, he defeated the Orcus forces in question, and the Orcus operative known as Pequod activated an asset known as Mr. Clean. So in LA, Aaron Fisher, the Captain America of the Rails, is protecting a group of people who had gotten tattoos from a mutant tattoo artist, tattoos which did give them abilities, protecting them from Mr. Clean. Iceman shows up after fixing dinner for him and Romeo, and deals with Clean's crossbow. However, it turns out that Clean's skin is basically hard to freeze. Clean uses more localized version of the sword, an energy sword utilizing the type of napalm that Orcus used on Bobby at the Hellfire Gala. While Bobby recovers, Aaron Fisher takes over the fight against Clean. But it turns out that during everything, Clean had basically dropped a bunch of microcharges tipped with angel hair needles into the escapees. Iceman's able to get rid of them and basically eat the heat and flash freeze the shrapnel. There's a letter from Clean to Pequod listing the various targets. DeBrider jacked up his forearms to make soap to help his family out. Miss Mallard, a YouTube chef with cast iron griddle arms. LoJack, a tech bro that always knows where his car is. Kind of referring to him as Affluenza, the one-man show. Jump Scare, her eyes get bigger, like cartoon big. And Light Show, internet model with a subcutaneous layer of glowing pigment that he controls. But Iceman and Aaron get them to the Los Angeles Warlock tunnels when Iceman once again melts. On Reynolds Island, Mr. Clean talks with Pequod, saying that Pequod needs an abattoir in the as opposed to a dungeon, and explains that he's not done going after Iceman. He's going to track him to his lair and then deal with him there. Iceman reformed in Antarctica, but there's another stress spike, this time in New York, as Iceman's amazing friend Spider-Man is under attack by the transmode modified Feral. And that is where the issue ends. Well, there's also a digital brief on Iceman and how long he's able to manifest, maintain solid form, which is a problem for the narrative. After all, Iceman's death at the gala is an essential part of their narrative about it. But yeah, that's where the issue ends. I gotta say, I like the fact that we're starting to see a little bit of cohesion between the Fall of X books. I have to hope that the next issue of Astonishing Iceman, which I guess will clearly have Peter Parker Spider-Man in it, will also have the Uncanny Spider-Man pop up, and the whole transmode infected Feral popped up first in Uncanny Spider-Man. So yeah, moving on though to our next book, we've got Children of the Vault, number 3. Where we left off, Cable and Bishop are planning for an all-out assault against the children of the Vault. Using what really Krakoan and tech, they set up a giant cannon which attacks the city. Though the shots from the weapon are seem to be more of a diversion. Cable and Bishop attacked the city, and explained they were just a diversion, as a combination of Stark Sentinels and old Mark IV Sentinels show up, attacking the city, as well as Soul Hammer strikes from Soul's Hammer, from the rebuilt Soul's Hammer, should note. But Orchis has become aware of what the children are doing, and, well, the children are considered just as much a threat as mutant kind. And they're active currently, so... But during the gunfight, Bishop and Cable argue over superior firepower. Bishop stating that the Omega-1 pulse rifle has better range, accuracy, and more... Or, not the Omega-1, the P-832 zero-point plasma cannon is a superior weapon, while Cable argues that the Omega-1 pulse rifle is. For the P-832 is from the 43rd century during the Beyond Earth Phoenix War. Apparently Cable has 3. But there's a letter to Hope from Cable. Oh, letter, a psionic letter, basically. Capitan is apparently reveling in the fact that Serafina has lost the argument as to which viewpoint is best. And a specific child of the Vault is reborn for the first time in, for them, centuries. Serafina, however, connects to a consciousness she doesn't recognize. Enormous, exterior to space, arranging events like flowers. Immense, intelligent, thinking vast and terrible thoughts. Dominion. But Orchis and the children are fighting an ideological war as well. Basically, pitting brother against brother, husband against wife, mother against child. We also have entries from Bishop's War Journal about the events since the Hellfire Gala. Bishop and Cable make their way into the city's innards. The recently resurrected Child of the Vault is attacked by Bishop, while Serafina finds that Cable's got one of his gigantic 90s guns pointed right at the computer that runs the city. And that is where the issue ends. I'm digging this book. As I've stated previously, I like the fact that they're building off of the relationship that formed between Cable and Bishop, the history that has formed between Cable and Bishop through the Messiah trilogy. Basically, that the two of them went to Cable went into the future to protect Hope, to protect and raise Hope. Bishop followed to kill Hope. But anyway, moving on to our next book, we've got the Invincible Iron Man number 11. Where we left off, Tony Stark got married. Her. So, Tony and Hazel are on their honeymoon in Hawaii. Turns out, though, that Emma's actually kind of liking the Hazel look. Her hair is much more manageable that way. But Tony's looking for Mysterium. And so, apparently there's a large portion of it in the White Palace in Hellfire Bay. Tony makes his way in, though Orcus has also made their way in, including one of the PhD apes. But Emma tells Tony where to find the Mysterium. He fights the ape, inadvertently killing it, finds the Mysterium, as well as a scrapbook that the Cuckoos made for Emma. He asks if he should bring it, and Emma says to leave it as physical evidence that she doesn't need back in the Hellfire Club. So he takes the Mysterium back to Hawaii after the honeymoon. Tony and Hazel return to the Hellfire Club, where Tony set up a workbench with the device he stole from Ezekiel Stane, and he uses some of the Mysterium to make a cane. Which means he has to test out a few things with it. First, he tries to get Captain Marvel to bend it. She can't. Doctor Strange can't really do anything to it. Though Tony also leaves a book with Doctor Strange. Presumably, it's the scrapbook from the Cuckoos. Then he tests it on Spider-Man. Basically, discovering that Mysterium negates Spider-Man's spider sense. Some Stark Sentinels fly by after this. Peter asks if Tony plans to hit all the Sentinels in the shin with his Mysterium cane, and Tony says, yes, that's exactly the plan. At a time and place of his choosing. When Spidey asks if he's invited, Tony states that everyone will know the signal. when they see it. And everyone harmed by failing Orcus will be avenged. And that is where the issue ends. I'm liking where things are going here. The Mark Nell is an interesting suit. I like it. I also enjoy the fact we've been seeing it as well in the Avengers ongoing. And this Mysterium suit should be fairly interesting to say the least. Moving on though to our next book, we've got Deadpool, Batter Blood number 5. Where we left off, Wolverine, Deadpool, and Venompool had joined forces, and Spider-Man had offered to help. However, Von Struten and Cable had apparently been taken prisoner, though Von Struten had in fact arranged the entire thing. So the issue opens. Cable and Thumper are being held prisoner by the mercenaries that took Cable and Von Struten. Apparently, the entire thing is to the entire plan is to transfer Von Struten's mind into Thumper's body. But Venompool, Deadpool, Wolverine, and Spider-Man show up. Wolverine and Deadpool deal with one of the members of the Corps who apparently has retractable claws, though they're not as sharp as Wolverine's. But Venompool deals with Thumper, and Deadpool takes the claws from the mercenary that him and Wolverine dispatched and sticks them through his own hand. With Wolverine asking where he learned that, and Deadpool making the joke of using the line from many an anti-drug PSA. He learned it from watching Wolverine. But Thumper's stabbed, kicked out of a window. However, Arcada and Killville grab him to because, well, Von Struten had booked a return flight to the States, so. And so the series ends with Deadpool realizing that it's probably going to be another one. And in fact, coming next year will be Cable, First Contact, which appears to feature Cable teaming up with the original 5 X-Men. Back in when they were just when they were pushed the X-Men. Like I said, that is where the series ends. So it was fun. Neat concepts. Some things that I don't think that will ever be touched on again outside of a Rob Liefeld project. But overall, it was fun. It was dumb fun. Moving on though to our last moment, we've got Star Wars number 39, continuing Dark Droids. Where we left off in this portion of Dark Droids, Lobot had been compromised by the Scourge due to his hybrid implants, and so Lando went to Jabba's palace with Lobot. Never forget Jabba's Taki droid to, cure Lobot. However, upon arrival, the Scourge has made its way to Jabba's palace, and a lot of Jabba's droids have already been compromised. And Lobot, Lando, and the Taki droid ended up in the Rancor pit. The Taki droid emits a sonic frequency, which temporarily knocks out the Rancor, so that Lando can escape, or Lando, Lobot, and him can escape. As Lando's getting out of the pit, though, the Rancor regains consciousness. The question comes up, though: where's Jabba? Apparently, this is the particular day of the month when Jabba takes his entire retinue out to sail the Dune Sea in his pleasure barge. On Jabba's sail barge, a Rhodian henchman is informing Jabba that something's gone wrong with the droids and they've taken over the palace. Jabba orders Bib Fortuna to send in forces to retake the palace. Anything that isn't part of this force, is to be killed. The Rancor keeper Malakili asks that the Rancor be spared, and Jabba grants him this. Mostly though because the Rancors are not known for skill in reprogramming droids, but also because Jabba has grown fond of the creature. Before Lando, Lobot, and the Taki leave Jabba's palace, though, Lando has to be talked out. Lando talks to Han, apologizing to him. Lobot offers to free him, but, well, they need to be able to move fast, and they're not going to be able to if they're dragging along Han. Lobot's grabbed by the Scourge-possessed droids, and so the Taki has a talk with the Scourge. Is forced to listen to the Scourge, and one of the Scourge drones goes for him. Lando and the Taki make their way through to one of the various rooms in Jabba's palace, where Lobot is under control of the Scourge. And so, as Jabba's forces arrive within the to retake the palace, Lando leaves. The issue ends with a flashback to years later of conclusion of a heist by Lando and Lobot, with Lobot saying that Lando's probably the luckiest cat he's ever met. And the issue truly ends with Lando stating that he's going to save his friend. Dark Droids is getting interesting. I have to admit, it's nice getting some background on Lando and Lobot. I get the feeling that if I'd been reading this particular iteration of Marvel Star Wars since issue 1, I'd probably have more, but yeah. Anyways, that's going to do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Mastodon, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off saying, live long and rock hard.